And welcome everybody to the West Gym at Simon Fraser University atop Burnaby Mountain. Men's basketball season here for the Clan. Set to officially get underway on video. We should put our first televised game of the season right here on Clan TV. I'm Howard Samura. Happy to be with you today here at the West Gym. The crowd filing in, and the Simon Fraser University Clan set to play Colorado Christian. The tip-off set for 7 o'clock here on Clan TV. Of course, these two teams set to play back-to-back games Friday and Saturday. No video stream is available tomorrow, so get on down to see the action yourself if you can't make it up here tonight. We're glad you've joined us now on Clan TV. About 8.5 minutes away from the start of the game and the anthems, and time to talk about a new era in Simon Fraser men's basketball, starting with the hiring of Virgil Hill as the new head coach of this basketball team. So some holdover players, some newcomers here, and finding that chemistry early for Coach Hill is going to be one of the keys here for the Simon Fraser University Clan men's basketball team. We'll run through the roster of the team as we get set a little bit closer to tip-off, but can let you know the Simon Fraser Clan are coming off a 78-58 win November the 17th against Douglas College, dipping into the CCAA ranks for their opposition. Douglas College from New Westminster coming to Simon Fraser, and as we say, absorbing a 20-point loss to the Simon Fraser Clan. Some good performances to talk about for the Clan in that game, and among them, the two leading scorers in the game were holdover players. J.J. Pankratz, the swing forward out of Yale Secondary in Abbotsford, with 14 points and 10 rebounds, a double-double for J.J. Pankratz. So a solid effort for Pankratz in that basketball game. 31 minutes, 5 of 8 from the floor, and 1 of 2 from beyond the arc as well. 14 for Hidde Vos, the Dutch native, and the Cal State Fullerton transfer under former head coach James Blake. Vos, 5 of 12 from the field, 3 of 9 from beyond the arc. He had 14 points and 7 rebounds in 32 minutes. So a solid performance for Vos. And the guy we really want to talk about, Graham Smith, the pure freshman out of Pitt Meadow Secondary School. One of the big signings for this Simon Fraser Clan team and Coach Virgil Hill. And Graham Smith coming off the bench in just 14 minutes of play, had 10 points and 8 rebounds. He was 5 of 7 from the field. And I don't know if we can get a shot of Graham Smith on the floor warming up, but he will wear number 20. And certainly one of the guys to watch here over the course of the game. And the thing you want to notice about Graham Smith, and he's actually right in front of our broadcast location here as he runs through the drills with his teammates here at the West Gym, is the length of those arms that Graham Smith possesses. Smith, a durable forward throughout his high school career, but if you take a look at that frame, that number 20 sports 6'5", 220, but the arm span, that of about a 6'11 player. So he's able to really do a lot of good things down low. Great reach there, and as we saw, able to find solid percentage shots and go 5 of 7 from the field. Watching the team warm up here, about 5:48 left on the pregame clock, and of course a lot of the talk in the preseason about where this Clan team was going to finish, and certainly the uncertainty with a new coaching staff and a number of players leaving the program. And GNAC coaches in their coaches poll picked Simon Fraser to finish dead last in the GNAC this season. You can bet that's a bit of inspiration for these Clan players, who certainly have a lot to prove and a lot of chemistry to find throughout the preseason as they get set for the start of another GNAC campaign. James Blake, the former head coach, dismissed after last season, and Virgil Hill, former Clan player, brought in to fill his shoes, and we'll see what happens with this Simon Fraser Clan team leading up to the start of the GNAC campaign. Some of the other numbers to bring you from that Douglas College game. 9 points for Michael Harper, the holdover Australian native, expected by many to be the leading scorer on this basketball team. Certainly one of the leaders. Harper, a dynamic player and a guy who can shoot it, drive to the basket, can do anything you want, and he'll be one of the top players in the GNAC this season. Denver Sparks Guest, the Coquitlam product out of Glen Eagle High School, 8 points in that game on 4 of 8 shooting, as well as 7 points apiece for O'Shea Geary, one of the exciting rookie guards on this team. And Jabron Sawani, the forward, back for another season here, the Torrance, California native, with 7 points in that basketball game. Colorado Christian will come in here as a very determined opponent. They're 0-2 on the season, but the reports we're getting as I talked with Simon Fraser assistant coach Steve Hansen in the earlier moments today as the gym was just opening up, this Colorado Christian team can really shoot it. Kind of team you might watch them in the warm-up and say they don't really impress you in the warm-up, but wait till these guys get on the floor because they can shoot the basketball. They played a couple of Division I opponents. From what I understand, really gave a push to, I believe it was Air Force and Northern Colorado, so some solid efforts there, but they are as well 0-2 in the games that count for them in their record. Games played November the 13th and 14th, losing 91-81 to Dallas Baptist and then 85-80 to St. Edward's University. So you can bet the Cougars want to come in here and try and get a weekend sweep if they can from the Simon Fraser clan here in the West Gym. We mentioned the two teams playing back-to-back games, 5 o'clock tomorrow as well. No video stream will be available for that game. So if you're interested and you're in the area, come on down to the West Gym atop Burnaby Mountain and see the Simon Fraser University clan. About 3 minutes to go on the pregame clock here as we get ready for the start of this basketball game. And we mentioned some of the newcomers from the Simon Fraser roster as we went through the Douglas College box score. And one of the guys we mentioned, O'Shea Gary, a 6'3", 170-pound freshman out of Cleveland, Ohio, St. John's Catholic Prep. Highly touted kid, and I think really being looked upon as a future part of this Simon Fraser University clan team. Some of the other newcomers on this team that we can let you know about as well. Max Barkley, 6'2", 170, a junior, a transfer from Victor Valley College. Max Barkley is actually a Vancouver, BC native. Born here, but grew up in the States and played his high school basketball and his start of his collegiate career south of the line, but comes up here as a Vancouver native and highly touted as well, and had a chance to watch Barkley play against the University of British Columbia in their annual, as we hope is the start of an annual series against their crosstown rivals, and a more experienced UBC team was able to win that basketball game, but Barkley was one of the bright spots, especially in the first half of that game. Real fearless attitude, driving to the basket and getting those free throw trips. We see him here on the floor letting go a shot as he continues to go through the warm-up. I think Max Barkley is going to be one of those exciting young players to watch here with this Simon Fraser team, and as much for that fearless attitude and driving to the basket, really setting an example of the energy level he wants the rest of his team to be at. Pop Sek as well, 6'10", a 200-pound redshirt junior from Dakar, Senegal, via Chaffey Community College, one of the players up here through the former head coach James Blake, but has been battling injury problems and throughout his clan career and wasn't able to get on the floor last season. Has been playing spot minutes here, but is a big body that this team really needs to get on the floor and get established. So I believe Sek's going to play about 12 minutes or so today from what I understand from the coaching staff. We'll see how effective he can be. As well, another guy, Tyrell Lewin, 6'7", a 208-pound freshman from Bill Crothers School in Toronto, Ontario, one of the top recruits in this program as well. So those are some of the names to watch. As we get down under a minute to go here, we're going to get set for some anthems and pregame prep here. We'll stay with you right to the anthems. As the Simon Fraser clan gets set to face Colorado Christian, coached by head coach Kevin Lubbers. We mentioned their last two games, both losses. But as we go off those Division I results, really something to look at as they make their way up Burnaby Mountain here today. Pre-game clock's going to take us down to zeros. Take a break now for the playing of the Canadian and the American national anthems, and we'll join you on the other side for the opening tip on Clan TV.
Feel free to join with us in singing these anthems. We'll start with the Star Spangled Banner. Oh, say so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the ones bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave, o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. We'll continue with O Canada. O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
And the singing of the anthems and getting set now for the player introductions. And we'll hang with you through those as we meet the starting lineups for both of the teams. Number 3, Zach McLemore, a 6-foot sophomore guard from Tallahassee, Florida, and North Florida Christian High School. Number 15, Ty McGee, a sophomore guard, 6'5", out of Littleton, Colorado. And number 20 is going to be Andre Lane, a 6'1" junior guard from Evergreen, Colorado, and Metro State University. Wayne McCullough is a senior 6'5" guard out of Hockley, Texas. And Isaiah Hansen, a redshirt sophomore, 6'4" swingman out of Plymouth, Minnesota, rounding out the starting 5 for the Colorado Christian University squad. Simon Fraser now being introduced to the crowd here at the West Gym. Number 3 is Hide Voss, the Dutch native. We talked about him in the start. Great three-point shooter. Barkley, number 5, Max Barkley. Number 10 is Michael Harper, the Melbourne, Australia native via the University of Hawaii. J.J. Pankratz being introduced, the Abbotsford native, Yale Secondary School. And Tyrell Lewin, the rookie, getting a start, 6'7", 208, the freshman out of Toronto, Ontario, Bill Crothers Secondary School. Part of that group for the Simon Fraser University Clan. We're getting set for the opening tip here. I believe that's going to be Wayne McCullough, the 6'5" senior, set to take the opening tip. Check that, Ty McGee. Number 15 will jump against the freshman Lewin, wearing number 23 for the Clan. And we are set to get underway here at the West Gym. Clan will win the opening tip to Barkley on the wing. Clan quickly into their half-court set here. That's Harper, number 10, back up top to Voss. Hide Voss. Lewin inside, back up top to Barkley. 17 now on the shot clock for Barkley. He's going to pull up from 3 and Rim off the back iron. Chasing that ball down is Harper, though, quickly. He finds Pankratz back up top to Harper to Barkley in the half court. Ooh, a cut there by Voss inside, and Barkley makes the pass. It goes right into the Colorado Christian bench. So the Cougars now with their first offensive foray. That's McLemore, number 3, guarded by Barkley in the half court. Hansen, number 24 on the baseline, swings it back up top. There's a shot that's going to fall for number 22, Wayne McCullough. So the quick 2-0 lead here for Colorado Christian. Simon Fraser right back in the half court. They're not going to play that same frenetic pace as they did a year ago under head coach James Blake. To slow it down under the new coach Virgil Hill. Play more of the half court sets, and we're seeing one of those right now. Here's Barkley, nice move to get into the paint. Wants to go off the window, can't do it. He's rejected by McLemore, and very quickly down the court comes Colorado Christian. There is McLemore down to number 15, Ty McGee. McGee, nice pass. Cross court there to McCullough. They'll go to the far baseline corner for the triple, and Isaiah Hansen can't get that shot to fall. Here's Harper quickly up the floor for the Clan. Finding Voss back up top to Barkley. I mentioned Lewin, number 23, and Barkley, newcomers to this team. There is a beautiful shot, and it will fall for Hide Voss. Counted as a triple, and the Simon Fraser Clan up 3-2 here in the first couple of minutes of play here. Drive to the basket there by McLemore, though looks like it's going to be a foul called on Barkley. Take a look at that replay and you'll see. So back with possession of the ball now, Colorado Christian. Andre Lane looking for the handoff there, and a bit of miscommunication. It's going to go to Simon Fraser. Clan still with their same starting 5 on the floor here. Barkley getting some reps at that point guard spot. He's going to get it back from Harper. Voss, who just dropped that triple, he's going to go to Harper inside the paint, back up top to Barkley. Calling for the Lewin screen. He's going to use it and pull up for 3 off the back iron. Another miss there for Barkley, in the rebound by number 24, Hansen. McGee, number 15, being guarded there by Pankratz in the corner, back up top to McLemore. Good defense there by Barkley. 16 on the shot clock now for Colorado Christian as McCullough looks down low. Athletic play there by J.J. Pankratz to reject the shot and get the Clan into their break. Take a look at that. So Simon Fraser now with the basketball, a 3-2 lead, a new shot clock in Barkley. Corner shot for Voss again, and Hide Voss is going to knock down his second triple of the opening half of play. 17 minutes still remaining here in this first half of play, but great shot there by Voss, and he's got the Clan up 6-2. Simon Fraser playing some dedicated defense here on the baseline. They'll kick it back up top, though, and they'll go for the 3 from the top, and they'll get it from McCullough. So they have the answer immediately. Just checking out that Colorado Christian defense. Looks like a bit of a 2-3 zone with some extended, whatever they're doing here. They're mixing it up a bit and confusing the Clan. Back up top here to Voss. Wants to turn a corner, can't do it, so he'll just hand it off to Michael Harper. Harper lowers a shoulder into number 3, McLemore, and is going to get called for the foul. So Simon Fraser Clan timeout on the floor right now. 16-13 remaining here in the opening half, and it's a 6-5 Simon Fraser University lead. Hide Voss with both of the baskets, knocking them down, both triples. Some nervous energy to burn off here for the Simon Fraser clan, who started the pure freshman, Lewin, in the lineup today. As we mentioned, the 6'7" forward from Toronto wearing number 23 gets the start today for Simon Fraser. We'll get some stats here in a second and run down what's happening here in this game early. But Simon Fraser shooting it well and finding that 3 ball. The clan 2 of 4 from beyond the arc, 2 of 5 overall, and as we mentioned, Voss with all 6 clan points. On the other side of the ledger, it's McCullough. He's got 1 from inside, 1 from outside the arc, and his 5 points will account for all of the Colorado Christian points. So 2 guys handling all the scoring here in the early going. As I mentioned earlier, off the top, a nice pregame chat with Coach Hansen, the clan assistant, former co-head coach of the Terry Fox Ravens high school team, and got some nice comments from him about watching Colorado Christian and the way they played against 2 NCAA Division I opponents. Lost both of those games, but really put up a great fight in continuing to make up large deficits in that game. And I believe they were Northern Colorado and Air Force, those 2 games. Colorado Christian going right inside with a change, and that's Dominique Josephs. Big 6'9" center who had a good look at the basket, couldn't find it. Here is Lewin on the baseline. Great dish from Pankratz, and Terrell Lewin drops down the short little jumper, and it's 8-5 Simon Fraser. Solid start here by the clan. Jumper on the baseline for the Cougars is not going to go. That's number 14, Hackathall, Stephen Hackathall, with the miss there. It's a far cry from last year. James Blake would bring 5 in every couple of possessions up and down the floor. There were mass changes and real chaos throughout in terms of keeping track of who was on the floor. Simon Fraser playing a bit more conventionally here this year. And right now, Popsek, number 14, the big man, on the floor, and he's guarding Josephs. He's got a handful there down in the low block. Drive to the basket now by number 15, McGee, and the call is going to go against the clan. Be J.J. Pankratz being called for the foul there, and they will shoot 2.
The foul is called on Simon Fraser University, number 22, J.J. Pankratz.
So McGee's set to shoot a couple of free throws, puts the first one up quickly, and gets it to fall. 8-6 to score here, a 2-point gap. Ty McGee. And my mistake, must have been fouled from beyond the arc. I did not see. Oh, I'm sorry. They blew the first one off. And so he's going to go 1 of 2 is McGee. The old cliche, it's preseason for and again. So we will get through these free throws soon. And so he will go 2 of 2. 8-7 is the score here. Clan still with a 1-point lead here. Getting to the 5-minute mark here of the opening half of play. Here's Pankratz, great drive to the basket. Pulls up off the window, and J.J. Pankratz, his first 2 of the game. 10-7 Simon Fraser. McLemore puts up the long shot, and that's going to fall for Colorado Christian, tying this game at 10, and we heard about their reputation as a great bunch of shooters. I showed you the fine stroke there. Game locked at 10 now. Here's Harper on the baseline, guarded by Jeremiah Hansen. Sek's going to take the 3-pointer, and Pop can't find the pop there from beyond the arc, so keep it at 10 here. Here is McGee. Hackathall back up to McGee. He drives, Sock there to meet him. And Popsek, I believe, will get called for the foul. Popsek, 6'10", 200 out of Dakar, Senegal. More changes on the floor here for Colorado Christian. The starter, Isaiah Hansen, one of the guys, number 24, back into the game. McLemore on the baseline versus Barkley. Cross-court pass. They'll find the baseline shooter, and number 20, Andre Lane, can't get that to fall. Barkley with a rebound quickly up the floor here. Harper, number 10. Pankratz for the three, and JJ is going to knock it down. Pankratz is looking in midseason form here in the opening half of play. Knocks down the three-pointer for the Clan, but what's happening is quick transition for Colorado Christian. They're drawing fouls at the other end of the floor. Lewin is going to check in now. Number 23, Forsek, who takes a quick seat. Harper now for the Clan. O'Shea Gary, the driving kick out to Barkley on the baseline, change of direction, wants to go off the window, can't get the roll. And Andre Lane rips the rebound down, right down the floor they go. Can't get the alley-oop underneath, and Pankratz with the rebound. Here's Gary, change of pace. He goes right into the heart of the defense, and it's going to get called for the offensive foul. O'Shea Gary. Not sure O'Shea knew what was happening there. It looked like he was almost ready to step up and shoot a free throw. But the call goes against the Clan rookie. 13-10 our score here. Simon Fraser with the lead, and playing some solid ball here in the early going. Zach McLemore. As we mentioned, a Tallahassee, Florida native. Let's give it up to Hansen. Spin move in the paint, off the window is going to fall for Wayne McCullough. Solid move there by McCullough in the paint to get the basket, make it a 13-12 score here. Simon Fraser in the half court with O'Shea Gary, the freshman, running the point. They're going to look for Harper. Big step into the paint by Harp, and I think he is going to draw the foul and get to the free throw line. Check that, not a shooting foul. Inbounds with a new shot clock here for Pankratz. So the Clan turning the ball over there. Right back to Colorado Christian. Stop and pop there for McLemore. Doesn't go, but Colorado Christian will get it back. Lane gets it back up top to McLemore. On the baseline, number 15 is McGee. Back up top, they're going to find that baseline three again. It's not going to fall, and Pankratz has got a few rebounds in this opening half of play. He gets it, gets his team back down the floor. Harper. The three ball is going to fall for Michael Harper. 16-12 Clan lead. Harper with a great shot there. But right down the floor in transition, it's Isaiah Hansen. Number 24 able to get two of those back very quickly for Colorado Christian. 2-point Clan lead, 11:58 remaining. First half of play here from the West Gym on Clan TV. Barkley, top to Pankratz to Geary. Nice crossover move for Geary, and he makes the tough shot from outside. Geary, a nice move to free himself of the defender for the jumper there. 18-14, now the score for Simon Fraser, a 4-point lead. And like they said, this team can shoot the basketball, the Colorado Christian Cougars can, and that's Zach McLemore. Simon Fraser continues to execute offensively, but they're giving up shots at the other end as well. Geary to Harper, back up top to Pankratz, back to Barkley. Cutting Pankratz off the window, can't get the roll. Tough break there for JJ Pankratz. And in transition, right down the floor, And that's going to give Colorado Christian the lead. Ty McGee finishing on the break, 19-18 for the visitors. Here's Barkley. Has the ball knocked out of his hands, and pursuing it out of bounds is Wayne McCullough. There is a media timeout called, so we'll take one as well. We'll be back with more here on Clan TV, the home Clan trailing 19-18.
At any given moment at the keg, something special is happening.
Simon Fraser University is celebrating its 50th anniversary by counting down the 50 most incredible moments in Clan history. I'm Howard Sumura from The Province and theprovince.com. Join me each week to see rare videos and photos from the Clan's past. We'll relive events such as the first Shrum Bowl and look back at some of Canada's most amazing athletes during their time on Burnaby Mountain. Fraser Clan leading 19-18. 10:48 remaining in the opening half of play. Run through the stats for you very quickly here. Leading the way for Simon Fraser with 6 points. Hide Voss, he had a couple of threes early. In fact, the first 6 points of the game for Simon Fraser. 5 points for J.J. Pankratz. 3 points for Michael Harper, and 2 apiece for O'Shea Geary and Tyrell Lewin, the 2 freshmen in this Clan lineup. For the Colorado Christian Cougars, leading the way with 7 points, Wayne McCullough. He's 3 of 3 from the field, including a triple. 6 points for Zach McLemore, 4 for Ty McGee, and 2 for Isaiah Hansen, all 4 from the starting lineup as we get set to begin play here, coming off the media timeout at the West Gym. On the floor for Simon Fraser, Hide Voss, J.J. Pankratz, Gibran Sawani, the Torrance, California native, now checked into the game along with O'Shea Geary, the rookie, and Michael Harper. Bit of a delay here as we get set to resume a play. To let you know, on the floor right now, Dominique Josephs, number 50, the 6'9" sophomore center, is back on the floor. He's a hard guy to miss here as the Clan with a 21 on the shot clock here, coming off that media timeout. Pankratz, a skip pass underneath to Sawani. Can't squeeze it, but Voss quickly to Harper. Good job to handle that ball. Harper drives the defense, can't get it to go, and he stripped by Wayne McCullough underneath the basket. Here's McCullough. Has it batted away there underneath by Sawani. So Gibran getting back nicely on defense, number 21 for the Simon Fraser Clan. And big steps down the floor by McCullough, the senior, the 6'5" guard forward. But he is denied, and Colorado Christian still with that 1 point lead at 19-18. Geary to Sawani, has that shot deflected from the elbow. And now it's back on defense here for the Clan. Voss got his hand in the way of McLemore's back pass there, and it's going to set the Clan up on the break. Voss, though, struggling to keep his balance, loses it. And savvy enough, though, to get the ball to go off of a Colorado Christian player, so the Clan will maintain possession with 24 on the shot clock. Hide Voss set the inbounds. That's Geary, loved that crossover move to free himself for that jumper. Something away from the play. Is McCullough and Harper on the other side of the floor. I'm not sure if actually the officials wanting to talk to the minor officials here about shot clock, game clock situations here. So
Tegan, go run over there.
they're going to readjust the game clock to 9:59, the shot clock to 20, and Harper is going to inbound the ball. That frenetic offense last season of former head coach James Blake, Michael Harper playing a big role in that, along with Voss, number 3, who's also on the floor with him now. And those two hoisted a lot of three-pointers last year for the Simon Fraser University team. So Harper now inbounds with 20 on the shot clock at the midway point of the opening half, and a 19-18 lead for the visitors in blue. There's a long-range three by Voss, in and out of the cylinder. Quickly down the floor is McLemore, number 3. Loose ball on the floor. Pankratz dives on the floor quickly to Voss, and the Simon Fraser clan with numbers up the floor. Here's Geary quickly to Pankratz for the 3 ball, and he will go off the back iron. No luck there for J.J. Pankratz. Keep it at a 1-point Colorado Christian lead. Seems stalled at 19-18. There's McLemore, a head fake kick back, and they will get it to the corner to McGee. He's driving the baseline, the kick across and up top to McLemore for the triple off iron. The big man Joseph's trying to get that offensive rebound and crashing into the Clan bench. McCullough and O'Shea Geary. Some great hustle on the floor for the loose balls here in that last possession. But it's been locked at 19-18 for an extended period of time here. Both teams settling in and really not giving any leeway here. Here is Geary to Harper. Ball reversal to Voss. Wants to go inside to Pankratz, can't do it, so Sewanee back up top now to Geary for the 3 ball. Batted around underneath. Pankratz is going to get a hand on it, and I believe that's going to be a Colorado Christian ball going off of the Yale secondary, former Yale secondary star J.J. Pankratz. A lot of subs coming into the game now. It's 13 Jeremiah Hansen, 14 Steve Hackathall among the subs coming into the game now. McLemore has been a stalwart out there, though, number 3, running that point guard spot. As we mentioned, the Tallahassee, Florida native out of North Florida Christian High School. Tries to go by Geary, can't do it. Geary reads the dribble well. The great give underneath to Sewanee, and Gibran with the lay-in. And the Clan now in front, 20-19. And that's a little bit of what we've been hearing about O'Shea Geary, number 1. Great job to read the dribble, get the steal, and feed Sewanee on the break. McLemore, back iron out, and Pankratz getting up there nice and high for that rebound. JJ setting the high screen as Geary drives, a one-hand pass underneath. Sewanee underneath. The great job there by Sewanee, number 21, and you know, he's got to be active, he's got to be physical to make things happen for the Clan. They draw the foul there on number 22, Wayne McCullough. Jumping in the passing lane there are the Cougars, and right down the floor, Voss is going to foul McLemore on the way to the basket. There's a media timeout on the floor. We'll throw it to our producer, Gabe Lynn. And as we head into this media timeout, time to let you know the SAC Clothing Drive, the SFU Student Advisory Committee's annual clothing drive, is happening next week. We encourage you to donate any gently used athletic gear or any other clothing items so you can join us in making a difference this holiday season for those in need. For more information about drop-off times and locations, as well as where the SAC will be donating the collected items, you can visit our website at athletics.sfu.ca/SAC. That's SAAC, the SFU Student Athlete Advisory Committee. Got some stats here to bring you up to date on from the first half of play thus far. Simon Fraser with a 20-19 lead. Of course, that last basket coming from Sewanee off the break, and a great job there as he worked the outnumbered situation with O'Shea Geary. 20-19 is the score, leading the way for the Simon Fraser Clan. On the floor right now is still Hide Voss. Very even scoring throughout the lineup, though. Voss with 6, Pankratz with 5. And here we go with O'Shea Geary, the great give underneath. That's what we were talking about. Great job there. Sewanee working hard, and Gibran Sewanee, number 21, coming back out onto the floor. Leading the way on the other side of the ledger for Colorado Christian, McCullough with 7, Zach McLemore with 6. And right underneath the basket, we just said his name. There he was, number 22, making it count for his team. So Simon Fraser back to trailing by 1 after the McCullough basket, 21-20. And a turnover for the Clan is going to give Colorado Christian a chance to increase that 1-point lead. Teams have been answering each other throughout. Denver Sparks Guest is also on the floor now for the Simon Fraser Clan. The Quitlam Glen Eagle product is wearing number 0 this season. Here's Harper right to the rim, and Michael Harper coast to coast with the layup for the Clan. 22-21 the score. Key for the Clan here, don't give up those transition baskets the other way, and quickly, this time Voss wins the battle, and assistant coach Steve Hansen showing his pleasure with the effort there as he runs back up the court. On the floor right now for Simon Fraser. Sewanee, Harper, Voss, Sparks Guest, and O'Geary. Colorado Christian in the half-court defending here is Voss, the entry to Sewanee. Turnaround hook shot by Gibran is going to go. Sewanee, this is a very concentrated stretch of solid basketball by Sewanee, doing a great job on the floor with that turnaround shot. 24-21 is the score for Simon Fraser. That ball going to nobody down underneath the basket. The Clan take full advantage, get right back up the court. Here's nice change of pace underneath, but solid defense being played on Geary. So O'Shea Geary drawing the foul there as we head to the replay screen and watch Geary to Voss underneath the basket. And Sewanee, great position there, and that's a shot you're not going to be able to block. Sewanee, number 21, on the replay with the turnaround hook shot. Geary makes the first. Simon Fraser's largest lead, I believe, has been 4 points in this game. So a make here by O'Shea Geary will give them their largest lead of the half. 26-21 is now the score for the Simon Fraser Clan. The group on the floor right now is doing a solid job. We've got subs on the floor now. Harper coming out of the game, and I believe Pankrat's now back into the game here, number 22. But Virgil Hill not afraid to dip into that bench and get solid production from those guys on the pine. Tough shot there underneath, though, is going to fall for Ty McGee. Somehow finds a way to get that to fall. 26-23, much needed. Great pass underneath by Geary. He finds Gibran Sewanee underneath for the layup, and that was a laser pass from O'Shea Geary down low. What a great look on the floor by the freshman. You hear the great things about O'Shea Geary and how he's going to be able to be an influential member of this team as a pure freshman. A great look down low on the baseline for the layup. Clan inbounding. Voss is going to put up the triple, and he's going to knock it down. Hide Voss! 31-23. It's an 8-point Clan lead. 5:46 remaining here in the opening half of play. Making it count. And this time it looks like, though, Pankratz is going to get called for the foul. And Ty McGee is the guy with some strength behind that dribble when he goes to the basket. Does it with some authority. Go to the replay and see Voss just knock down the three. If you're going to give me the three, I will take it. And Hide Voss with a great job there to knock down the triple. McGee coming up short on the first. Coming into the game now, it's going to be Isaiah Hansen, number 24, and Dominique Josephs. Checking out number 13, Jeremiah Hansen, and number 14, Stefan Hackenthal. Second free throw now for McGee is going to go. So 1 of 2 for Ty McGee. Littleton, Colorado native, making it 31-24. But the Clan have the momentum now, and Geary running the point. He goes to Harper. Underneath, they want Sewanee. But that's what Dominique Josephs is in there to do, cause some havoc down low when he gets a fingertip on the basketball. So the Clan with 19 on the shot clock will inbound. O'Shea Geary, Harper. Voss finds Sewanee from 16, and Gibran knocks down the jumper. Jabron Sewanee having the first half of his SFU career. I don't think we're overstating that. He is playing so well here. Geary being called for the foul there. 5:13 left in the half, and the big man shooting it well as making himself available on the baseline. Also, we talked about that turnaround hook shot. He's done a great job, has Jabron Sewanee. (33-25). Make it 26 as McLemore goes 2 for 2, and that's how Colorado Christian is hanging around here. They're getting so many free throw trips in this opening half of play. It's a 7-point lead here for the Clan. Simon Fraser, a young group, is still looking for chemistry. They need to keep their composure. They've done some great things to build this lead, but they really need to watch the defensive end. Free pass to the basket. It's going to go the turnaround effort by Sewanee. I love the way Jabron demands the ball with his back to the basket, and he turns and goes to the basket with authority. McLemore wide on that three ball. Sewanee with the rebound. O'Shea Geary change of pace. Pull up. Elbow jumper is going to go off the front of the iron. Chasing it down, though, is Harper. Ty McGee also in there for Colorado Christian. Some great energy on the floor right now for Simon Fraser. And this 9-point lead indicative of how well they've played. Watching as the replay shows Sewanee running the, or rather Geary running the point. And they will go right to the big man for the layup, Sewanee. And he just stays on the floor. You do those kinds of things, you're going to stick around. And Sewanee getting some extended minutes here in the opening half of play. There's Harper muscling his way in the paint. Michael Harper, what a great move down low to create the space underneath the basket. The lead now 11 points at 37-26. Simon Fraser. Josephs. And I don't know that there's anybody on that Clan team one-on-one that you can put on Josephs down low. And Sewanee's going to get called for the foul, I believe, down low against the big guy. Dominique Joseph, 6'9", out of Jamaica and Trinity Valley Community College. Number 50 is a load down low as Colorado Christian, a Division II team playing in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. Great to see other Division II teams from around the United States coming in here. We see all the GNAC teams, but great to see these other teams in the preseason. Here's Barkley very quickly all over the floor. Back up top, he's going to get it. Barkley now, after an extended look at Geary, who looks so good at the point. This kid Barkley going to get his shot, and he loves to drive the basket when he finds a lane, and he's a fearless player. Voss jumps into the passing lane, just didn't have the right angle there to slow it up. And here's McLemore, number 3. Hackathol, number 14 to 20, and Andre Lane. Go back to McLemore on top, running the shot clock down to 10. McGee, the long-armed one for the 3-ball. They will look to number 20, Andre Lane, and he knocks it down. Well-run play by the Cougars in the half court. Very patient to find Lane for that 3-ball. Harper cross court to Barkley. Touch pass to Sparks Guest back up top. Here's Harper finding the lane. The bounce pass underneath the Sparks Guest. And so Hackathol is going to get called for the foul. The basket's not going to count. 37-31, 3:03 here to the half. So with 3:03 left here in the half, we'll take a break and be back with more on the other side on Clan TV. Simon Fraser University is celebrating its 50th anniversary by counting down the 50 most incredible moments in Clan history. I'm Howard Sumura from The Province and theprovince.com. Join me each week to see rare videos and photos from the Clan's past. We'll relive events such as the first Shrum Bowl and look back at some of Canada's most amazing athletes during their time on Burnaby Mountain.
At any given moment at the keg, something special is happening.
And back with you on Clan TV, Howard Samura here from the West Gym, Simon Fraser University in Burnaby, British Columbia, Canada. Hope you're enjoying our first basketball broadcast of the season on Clan TV. I want to thank producer Gabe Lynn for twirling the dials and turning on all the cameras in the gymnasium here tonight as the Simon Fraser Clan with a 37-31 lead over Colorado Christian in the first of back-to-back games here at the West Gym. Gibran Sawani, 5 of 6 from the field and doing a great job with 10 points in just 7 minutes of play. He opened some eyes there in this first half of play. Sparks Guest jump stop back up top to Voss. They'll go to Lewin. Great little give there underneath the Voss, who passes up the shot. They'll continue to rotate the ball. Great ball movement here in the half court. Barkley, though, in a bit of a conundrum. He's going to find his way free to Harper for the 3 ball. Michael off the rim, can't get it to fall. Colorado Christian sensing some blood here. They want to do what they can here to the half, trailing by 6, so a 2-possession game here with 2:24 left. They go to Josephs. Batted away by Lewin, great job, and Barkley scoops it up. They're having a hard time just getting over half court. Here they go to Voss, and they will go back to the Victor Valley College transfer, the point guard, Max Barkley. Voss, great move, and Hide Voss with the left hand is able to get that to fall under 2 minutes remaining. 39-31 now the score for the Clan. Here is McLemore being guarded. Hackathall down low to Joseph, back to Hackathall for the triple, and it's not going to fall. Colorado Christian struggling a bit. Great little pass there by Barkley, but it's going to go back to Harper in the paint. Goes high off the window, draws the contact underneath. And Dominique Josephs, number 50, will get called for the foul, I believe. (39-31) is the score here. 1:28 remaining as Harper steps up to the free throw line. So Michael Harper making the first. His first free throws of this half. Harper now with 8 points. He's 3 of 3 from the field. He's 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Joseph's checking out of the game. Checking in for him in the final stages here, Tanner Schmidt, the junior of LaSalle, Colorado. And there's Harper making the second. Harper with 8 points. He's perfect from the line. He's perfect from the field. And doing a solid job here in the opening half of play, down to 121. McLemore the drive, the kick to Hackathall. Here's Lane, number 20, back up to Hackathall. Lane will get it back, drive the baseline. Lewin is there. Here is Lane. And just checked into this game, gets an opportunity. Tanner Schmidt unable to do it. You see what Lewin can do. With that wingspan defensively, he is a guy that's affecting shots underneath the basket. And Tyrell Lewin, love the length that he brings in the interior of that Clan defense. Hackathall. Lane's shot is not going to go. He draws some contact underneath, but Colorado Christian with a timeout. Don't believe there was a foul there. So Colorado Christian with a timeout, and Simon Fraser building up that 10-point lead. So a timeout on the floor right now, and we can let you know about some information regarding Simon Fraser Clan Athletics. For the latest news, stats, videos, and more, visit athletics.sfu.ca. You can also stay connected with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, #GoClan. Today's game is streamed live in HD, and you can watch it at athletics.sfu.ca live. also a great archive of moments from the Simon Fraser Clan fall season, volleyball and football. Hope you've enjoyed everything that's happening on Clan TV as we get set to get back to play. 41 seconds left in the opening half of play. Battle underneath, and Hackathol is going to come away with the ball. There's about half a second difference between game and shot clock right now, so they've kept the shot clock on, but basically it's going to run down to one possession here. Colorado Christian will keep it. We hope you can join us at the half for our 50 great moments in Simon Fraser athletic history. Watch it as Simon Fraser celebrates its 50th year. And that is a shot by Hackenthal that's going to fall, a big basket as we get to the end of the opening half of play. The shot is not going to fall for the Clan, but a solid effort by the SFU Clan. 41-33 they lead Colorado Christian. And we'll be back later before the start of the second half. I hope you enjoy some of the top 50 moments in Simon Fraser athletic history.
At any given moment at the keg, something special is happening.
It was just a natural thing that happened, and the very first game was here at Simon Fraser University, and there were 2,200 fans in the old West gym, and it was just jam-packed, standing room only. It was exciting as could be.
They say the best rivalries need time to take root, yet on the evening of November the 26th, 1965, that theory was very quickly put to rest. The Simon Fraser Klansmen, just months old as a team, hosted the junior varsity UBC Thunderbirds in a men's basketball game. It would be the very first clash in any sport between the crosstown schools.
We were very, very excited about that. I mean, it was an instant cross-town rivalry.
UBC as the established power against the best schools in Canada, and SFU as the new kids on the block, just beginning a pioneering path of competition against American competition.
In the press, there was a buzz about it, and there was a buzz on SFU, this campus, the very first year.
Both teams came to play. SFU, which itself fielded what amounted to a near JV roster with only a couple of non-freshman players, trailed 25-22 at the half. But Klansman head coach John Lee Kutnikoff, who had opened the team's first training camp by having his players piggyback each other up Burnaby Mountain, orchestrated a second-half revival.
We were a run-and-gun team, and we also almost always did full court press. We played great defense. You notice that we held them that first game to 51 points, and we held them down all the way through. In the end, SFU won the game 61-51, and as part of its 17-5 first-year record, would win the rematch 76-65 at UBC in early 1966. They would also sweep the series the following season. In 1967-68, UBC finally began to send its full varsity to oppose the Clan, and that season, in a home and away 2-game total point series, the Clan were once again victorious. It was just the start of, well, we're going to beat those guys, and we're always going to beat them. Of course, that didn't always happen, but what that first basketball game 50 years ago spawned was the start of one of the most intense and unique rivalries in all of North American collegiate sports. By 1967, the first Shrum Bowl football game would take place, and over the last half-century, while more intermittent than fans of the two schools would like, the rivalry has spread to include soccer, track and field, volleyball, and softball. It was a thrill. It was basically just a real thrill. We had a team that worked really hard, and John Lee Kutnikoff had an infectious personality, and we were ready to get that rivalry started, and it was great. As the NAIA's lone school from Canada, playing against hundreds of others from across the United States, it was always easy to see how the Simon Fraser Clan was positioned as the underdog. But when you're a girl from a tiny northwest BC town like Terrace,
It's a big step just packing up your bags and heading for the Burnaby Mountain campus. Yet for Michelle Hendry, it didn't take long before she became the big fish in the small pond.
You get older and you start thinking about where you started and where you came from and all these things that came from a game of basketball and where I am today. And I think the fact that I lived, Terrace is far from here, like it's far. And I think the reason also I liked coming to SFU because it was far enough away from home. Going even into the States to go to an NCAA team, that to me was, I don't think I would have been able to function or thrive, I don't think. And the fact that we came here with this environment, it was still far from home, but it was still in BC, it was still in Canada, so it was like there's a little bit of comfort in that.
Once she got her bearings, it didn't take the 6'2" Hendry very long to dominate. A 3-time All-American selection, the graduate of Terrace's Caledonia Secondary was also named the NAIA's National Women's Player of the Year over her final 2 seasons with the Clan.
I think I was a smart player, and I think lots of the stuff that I did that kind of got me to where I was because I could see the game 1 step, 2 step, 3 steps ahead, so I knew where to be when the ball was going to get there. And I think it's hard to teach. I think it's instinctual. Where it came from, I don't know. I think I just had good coaching early, and that was fortunate. And then I just learned the game. The more I played, the better I got. The more I learned, and then we, it wasn't just me. The other teammates too. They just knew, Michelle's going to be here in 3 passes, and we'll get it there. And that basically was what it was. Or I knew, Andrea's coming off a screen. I know if I go here, she's going to pass me the ball, and it just was like that with everything.
Teammate Andrea Schneider's take on playing with Hendry?
There's one word to describe playing with Michelle. It was easy. Easy. And for some reason, her and I just clicked. And, people talk about it all the time, but I knew where she was going to be every single minute on the floor.
And Hendry, after a lengthy professional career in Europe and a stint with the Canadian national team, still looks back fondly on the events of a quarter-century ago at SFU.
I'm not winning anything if I don't have that group of people around me. So I think that's, again, it's timing, it's luck, I don't know. It's just my good fortune to be around those great people for that length of time. If I had gone somewhere else, would this all have happened? Maybe, maybe not. I'm thinking maybe not because it's a whole different environment. I think just the environment that we got to have here at Simon Fraser was such a unique experience that I don't know if you can have that somewhere else.
High, we innovate, bequesting minds and education.
Simon Fraser University is celebrating its 50th anniversary by counting down the 50 most incredible moments in Clan history. I'm Howard Samura from The Province and theprovince.com. Join me each week to see rare videos and photos from the Clan's past. We'll relive events such as the first Shrum Bowl and look back at some of Canada's most amazing athletes during their time on Burnaby Mountain. And welcome back, everybody, to the West Gym here at Simon Fraser University. Howard Samura on Clan TV. Hope you enjoyed the opening half of our first basketball production of the season. The Simon Fraser University Clan with a 41-33 lead over Colorado Christian, the Cougars. First of back-to-back games here from the U.S. visitors. Also a 5 o'clock game here at the West Gym tomorrow. And will be no web stream on that game. So if you guys want to see the game, you got to get down here to watch it live in person from the West Gym. We'll run through some of the numbers from the opening half of play. And for Simon Fraser, leading the way with 11 points is Hide Voss. He's 4 of 5 from the field. He's 3 of 4 from beyond the arc for 11 points in 15 minutes of play. Very indicative of the high shooting percentage for the Clan in the opening half of play. Gibran Sawani, 8 minutes off the bench, 5 of 6 from the field, 10 points for Sawani. They are the two double-figure scorers. Michael Harper, the veteran, 3 of 5 from the field. He's 1 of 2 from beyond the arc and 2 of 2 from the free throw line for 9 points. Simon Fraser, 55.2% from the field in the opening half of play. They shot 16 of 29. Only had 4 free throw trips, knocked all 4 of those efforts down. 5 of 12 from beyond the arc, a respectable 42% from beyond the arc for the Clan there. So Simon Fraser playing a really smart and efficient first half of basketball, with an 8-point lead here over Colorado Christian. Had to be impressed with their play in the half court and some great individual efforts. Start to see some of the talents of that young Simon Fraser group, and I had a chance to talk to veteran Simon Fraser, the former longtime head coach of this program, Stan Stewartson, the guy who brought Jay Triano to Burnaby Mountain, and Stan very, very excited about what he saw in that opening first half of play. You can just see it coming down the road for this Simon Fraser Clan team, and the great job that Virgil Hill has done already bringing in a nice young talent. We'll quickly give you some of the totals for Colorado Christian, then get back to some Clan talk here before the start of the second half of play. Leading the way for Colorado Christian, Wayne McCullough, 4 of 5, the forward, 4 of 5 from the field. He hit a triple and has 9 points to lead the way. 8 points courtesy of Zach McLemore. He is the diminutive point guard for this team. Logged 18 minutes in that opening half of play, has 8 points on 2 of 6 shooting, including a couple of trays and a couple of free throws. 7 points for Ty McGee, 2 of 5 from the field, 3 of 4 from the stripe for 7 points. And 5 points for Isaiah Hansen, another member of that starting group. He's 2 of 4 from the field. He's hit a triple, has not been to the free throw line. Overall, Colorado Christian shooting 42% from the field, 11 of 26. They were 4 of 10 from beyond the arc and 7 of 8 from the free throw line. I was impressed by some of the young talent that Simon Fraser put on the floor in the opening half of play. You can see Coach Hill right now is giving time to Max Barkley, junior transfer, and the pure freshman O'Shea Geary at the point guard spot. They are alternating in that role there, and but both guys had their moments. O'Shea Geary with some nice vision in the half court and on the break as well, looked very, very solid. Tyrell Lewin, a 6'7 freshman from Toronto, Bill Crothers High School, got a start, didn't play a whole lot in that opening half, but with his frame is really a unique kind of guy. He's got some great wingspan to go with the athleticism, and that really, from a defensive standpoint, I thought in certain instances rather in the opening half play, really affected shots that Colorado Christian was taking. So nice to see him on the floor in some key moments for Simon Fraser. From that existing group, that's holdovers from the James Blake era. You saw those guys playing in the full 94-foot frenetic up and down offense last season. Slow it down a bit and see what they have to offer, and they are great basketball players wherever you put them. Hide Voss, Michael Harper, JJ Pankratz, I thought the three of them performed admirably, and they really are building on what they did last year as better players. They just look very, very confident. Voss, not just a three-point shooter, can really handle the ball. Harper, I think one of the leaders on this team, obviously able to drive to the basket, do what he wants to do, and has that outside shot as well. And Pankratz looks so solid, especially in the early going. We talked about the other guys, too, that didn't play a lot last year that are going to get bigger roles there if they seize the opportunity. And those two guys, one of them is Sewanee, who we raved about in the opening half of play, and he really brought some great effort to the floor to go 5 of 6 from the field. And the other guy I thought that got on and played solid positional basketball was Denver Sparks guest, the Glen Eagle product, who really didn't get a whole lot of minutes last year in that up and down system, but athletic guy with some strength and physicality who can play it, can shoot it, and certainly hope he can continue to build his way into the lineup. It's been one of the big questions about this Clan program over the last 5+ seasons is, can the BC guys from the high school ranks in this area battle their way into the starting rotation and be key contributors? And clearly JJ Pankratz is the guy leading the way in that regard, and Pankratz looks solid in that opening half of play. Here they come, the Simon Fraser University Clan, getting set to start the second half. And they will be the original starters to this game. Barkley wearing number 5, Pankratz number 22, Voss number 3, Lewin number 23, and Harper number 10. And here they come in a defensive role to start here, guarding Colorado Christian. Turnover for a travel. Simon Fraser defense winning the opening foray here in the second half of play. 41-33, the 8-point lead here for the home team in white. There's Voss up top to Barkley, wide open for the 3, and Max had so much time to shoot that ball, it was off the back iron. There's McCullough quickly up the floor to number 15, Ty McGee, and he makes it count. McGee goes right to the basket, 41-35. The quick deuce by the Cougars. Barkley coming up to meet the Voss pass. Can't do it. Two guys in the same place at the same time. Harper gets it. Wants the skip pass on the baseline to Lewin, but not a lot of cohesion on that last series down the floor. Here comes McLemore. We said McLemore sat just 2 minutes in that opening half of play. They will look for the quick 3-ball on the wing, and they're going to find it. Isaiah Hansen knocking it down and getting right back in the paint on defense. 41-38, it's now a 3-point lead here for Simon Fraser. Voss, the quick pass underneath, no look pass to JJ Pankratz underneath for the layup. A great dish underneath to get Pankratz wide open for the layup. Hansen wants to turn and put a move on Lewin, can't do it, so they reset up at the top with McLemore. It looks like Barkley is going to get called for the foul. Starting just a little too closely and a little too aggressively. And let's take a look again at that Pankratz basket. Here's Voss. Nice handle on the floor, the no-look to Pankratz underneath for the deuce. 43-38 the score now, and here come the Clan again. It's Barkley. Harper on top wearing number 10, wants to split the defense back up top to Barkley. McLemore there quickly to guard him, so they go to Voss on the other side of the floor. Lewin in the paint. That cross-court pass, though, to Barkley is intercepted, and right down the floor goes McGee. He loves to take it to the hole, and this time Harper's not going to give him the easy 2, and Harper is going to get called for the foul there. Oh, Voss checked that. Excuse me. Apologies. Voss being called for the foul. I thought it was Harper. McGee now at the free throw line. Cougars can get within 3. Make it a one-possession game here in the early stages of the second half of play. Will not happen, though, as it rims in and out and goes to Barkley. Quick pass up the floor to Voss. No look again. Underneath the Lewin. Love the elusiveness of the big guy underneath, and Lewin quickly sets himself for the lay-in. Looks like Voss is being called for the foul. If so, 2 quick fouls here for Voss.
Foul is called on SFU number 3, Hannah Voss.
Voss did not have a foul in the opening half of play, so he's got 2 in the game now. It's going to send Wayne McCullough to the free throw line. Wade McCullough did not get to the free throw line in the opening half of play. Only 3 did. McLemore, McGee, and Dominique Josephs, the only players in the opening half to shoot free throws. But McCullough makes good and makes it a 45-41 game, a 4-point Clan lead here. Pancratz at the top. Barkley wants to enter to Lewin. Instead go up top to Harper. Long 2 is going to go off the back iron, and competing well for that rebound there is McCullough, number 22, quickly to McLemore. Zach McLemore charging into Barkley. Great dish underneath. They go off the window. Ty McGee finding Isaiah Hansen underneath. Great ball movement there, and they pulled it within 2. Momentum in this second half of play clearly on the side of the Cougars. As that pass from Harper out to Pancratz, not on target, going out of bounds and giving the ball to the Cougars at half court. Can tie or take the lead, can the Cougars here on this half court possession? There's McCullough again, cross court pass. Jumper is going to go off the iron. Underneath though, McGee with the rebound, wants to get the basket, can't do it. And Simon Fraser with Barkley right down the floor here. Pass to Voss on the baseline. Hide driving to the basket. Ball going out of bounds by the Clan. They'll turn it over. McLemore here. Same situation for Colorado Christian. Can tie or take the lead with a basket here. McGee right to the hole. Lewin waiting underneath the basket is going to be called for the foul. And so he's called for the block underneath, and it's going to be a opportunity for Ty McGee to step up and shoot a couple of free throws here. Three and a half minutes into the opening half of play. Simon Fraser's lead at the half was 8 points, but Colorado Christian has cut it to 2. Some misses at the stripe there for the Cougars. Bit of a reprieve for the Clan here as Barkley finds Harper. Cross-court pass to Voss. They swing it to J.J. Pancratz. Clears some space. J.J. does a cross-court back to Barkley. Lewin coming to set the high screen. Great pass by Voss to Lewin underneath. Love that play. And right down the floor comes Hansen. And Lewin is going to get called for that. Love the way Voss is passing the ball here. A look away from Barkley. They think the play is going the other way as Lewin drops down low, and there it is right underneath as Lewin is able to beat Andre Lane to the basket for the layup. And thank you for that replay from our producer, Gabe Lynn. This is crunch time for the Clan here, early stages, second half, because if you want to measure momentum, you can measure it at the free throw line. And Colorado Christian is getting a parade of free throws here in the early stages. And they're winning the battles underneath to get to the free throw line. Clan clinging to a 2-point lead, and we do mean clinging. 47-45 the score here for the boys in white. That's Barkley, the handoff to Harper, up top to Hide Voss. Voss will swing back to Barkley, almost lost the ball under the defense of McLemore. They're out beyond the arc. They'll find Sewanee. He delivers quickly underneath the basket to Pancratz. That's going to be a turnover for the Clan. Great ball movement there for the 3 ball. It's not going to fall for McCullough though. And here's Voss. Quickly to the corner, Harper underneath, and they were looking for Sewanee underneath, and looks like Josephs will be called for the foul. Dominique Josephs, the big man, number 50. As much as good things as Gibran Sawani has done, there's been some hesitancy feeding his teammates in the half court, and that's something they're going to have to work through here. We're trying to avoid those turnovers as we get some stats here, and we'll run through them quickly for you. Voss still leading the way for the Clan with 11 points, Sawani with 10. 7 for Pankratz, 6 for Lewin, 9 we should say for Harper, and 4 for O'Shea Geary. 3 double-figure scores now for Colorado Christian, who have had a surge to start the second half of play. Isaiah Hansen, number 24, has 12 points, followed by Wayne McCullough with 11. And with 10 points, Ty McGee. Simon Fraser, good signs of ball movement, though. 13 assists on 19 made field goals. Really tells you the Clan are moving the ball well and running their stuff here tonight in the West Gym. And before we get back to play, it's time to let you know about the West Gym Whiteout. Are you ready to white out the West Gym? Join us right here atop Burnaby Mountain on December the 5th as the men's basketball team hosts the St. Martin Saints. You can be a part of our first ever West Gym Whiteout. The first 1,000 fans that enter the gym will get a free white t-shirt. You can also win many other prizes. For more details about the event, visit our website, athletics.sfu.ca/whiteout. And here we are back. Coming out of that timeout, Sawani. First shot clock for the Clan. He's getting it up top to Voss, to Barkley. And Dominique Josephs, away from the ball, is going to get called for another foul. The big man a little confused underneath, but bottom line, foul to Joseph. New shot clock for the Clan as Harper gets the ball to Sawani, up top to Voss. We saw Barkley running the point for a lot of the first half, and then O'Shea Geary coming in and doing a fine job as well, and I don't know if we're going to see that continuing here in the second half of play. Here's Pankratz driving through a double team. Find a way to get a 3 look for Voss, doesn't fall. Number situation here as they get down the floor. Solid defense there by Hide Voss, though. Really impedes the easy basket potential there for Hackenthal, number 14, now checked into this basketball game. Some shoving there underneath the basket involving Josephs, and I believe it was Sawani. I'm not too sure there. The Josephs picking up those 2 quick fouls, number 50. So I believe he's got 3 in this game, does Dominique Josephs. We just mentioned O'Shea Geary. He's now in the game, and he is running the point. Barkley now on the bench. Here's Harper in the block. Nice step into the paint by Harper. And he is causing havoc. Michael Harper, such an athletic move laterally to get into the paint and really puts everybody else at a disadvantage. Here we see that quick turnaround effort by Harper. And he feeds the baseline to cause some havoc defensively for Colorado Christian. The inbounds goes to Pankratz from Harper. And the 2 veteran players are hooking up there. So Ty McGee getting called for the foul there. Right off the inbounds, and the smart play by Harper to put some mark on that inbounds pass to Pankratz, who used his athleticism to get up and draw the foul. JJ missing the first. 47-45. Back iron miss there. Pankratz missed them both for the Clan. That's a tough break for Simon Fraser. Nakamore, the handoff there to Hansen, number 24. Turnaround against Sawani, great job defensively. Here's McGee back up on top. Hackenthal, the drive inside, the shot. Nice arcing shot there by the redshirt freshman from Wheat Ridge, Colorado. They're all tied up here at 47. Clan offense hitting a bit of a funk here. They got to get something going. Bullet pass underneath. Sawani couldn't squeeze it in. McGee there doing a good job defensively. Here's McCullough quickly to Hackenthal. Ooh, almost lost his pivot there. McGee drives and kicks to the other side of the floor to Hansen. And they find a lane and find a way to get Hackenthal an open three. That ball squeezed by Sewanee, but batted out of bounds by Colorado Christian. They rule Cougars basketball. So Colorado Christian will keep the basketball. Bit of a break for them there as McCullough inbounding quickly to McLemore for the quick three. And he will miss the target wide. And Harper quickly on the fast break to hand off to Geary. Wants Sewanee, dangerous pass down low. Sewanee, a decisive move on the turnaround by Jabron Sewanee. Great basket there by Sewanee. Take a quick look at that as Sewanee, you love the decisiveness. If you demand the ball, be ready to make the move, and he did. But right back down the floor, it's Isaiah Hansen. He's going to knock down a triple. 50-49 now is the score here. 13 minutes remaining in the game. Here's Geary. JJ knocking down the triple. JJ Pankratz with the assist from O'Shea Geary. 52-50, 2-point Clan lead. McCullough, or check that Hansen. Not going to miss with a three ball there. And both these teams picking up the pace offensively. 53-52 now the score for the visitors. Pankratz long distance three, front iron. Hansen with the rebound to Hackenthal. And they'll quickly get the ball to McCullough. Here's McGee, thought about the three. Hansen drives the paint. We hear a whistle there, and the foul is going to go against Jabron Sewanee. So Sewanee will go off the floor. Denver Sparks guest spells him number 0 now on the floor for Simon Fraser. Harper, Pankratz, Sparks guest, Barkley, and Geary both on the floor, the two guards. Pankratz, loose ball to Barkley on the break. Fake, drives to the basket, draws the contact, and looks like Stephen Hackenthal is going to get called for the foul there. That was a hack from Hackenthal, and I'm sure he's heard that one throughout his career. But 14 gets called for the foul there as Barkley gets to the free throw line. Barkley misses the first. I saw Barkley play at War Gym against UBC earlier this season, and I believe he had 12 free throw trips in the first half. It was something crazy like that. He was driving to the basket with reckless abandon, and it was a plan that was working because the Clan were in the game for much of the first half. But he got into quick foul trouble and wasn't able to help his team in the second half. He misses them both there. 53-52 crossover, McLemore to the basket. Leaves it on the rim, unlucky for McLemore there. Zach can't get it to fall, and the Clan right down the floor with Geary. Crossover move by Geary, and he can't get that to fall. Start to see the staples of O'Shea Geary's game, and shot creating is his forte. He can create what he wants out there with that crossover move. There's another guy with a few moves of his own, number 22, Wayne McCullough. He's going left, he's going right, he slips, but he finds his way to turn the corner and get to the basket. 55-52, 3-point lead now for Colorado Christian. Virgil Hill wants time. The Simon Fraser Clan coach wants time, and they'll talk things over. So a timeout on the floor, and time for us to let you know about Simon Fraser University and the fact that it's turning 50 this year, and we're celebrating by counting on the 50 incredible moments in Clan history. If you were watching us earlier today, you may have seen an extended version of those clips during our halftime show. Be sure to stay tuned as we continue to release the top 10 moments on our website, athletics.sfu.ca/50 moments, and that's 50 moments, to learn all about the rich history of Clan athletics. So one possession lead here as we thank Zahid Vali Hassam courtside for the stats. And we'll bring you up to date on what's happening with the numbers here in this basketball game. Some of the rebounding numbers we're going to throw out at you as well. Simon Fraser with a check that, Colorado Christian with a 24-22 rebounding lead. Not a lot of offensive rebounds in this game, though, folks, I'll tell you that. Simon Fraser has 2 offensive rebounds in this basketball game. Colorado Christian has 5. And 3 of those total 7 are team offensive rebounds. So there is not a lot of glass bleeding and second chance opportunities happening in this basketball game. It's a game of finesse, a game of shooters. And Simon Fraser is doing a pretty solid job in that regard. They're shooting 53.8% from the game. On the game, check that, 43% for Colorado Christian. As we get back to live action here at the West Gym, 11:15 remaining. Geary for the 3. Off the back iron, and the rebound there by McGee, number 15, very quickly up the floor. They'll come in, a great play to intercept that ball by Barkley. 3-on-2 for the Clan. They go right to the basket with Pankratz, and you have to be decisive in that situation. 3-on-2, and they make the quick pass. Barkley, great decision, and Pankratz, decisive move to the basket. Second chance opportunity. We just talked about one of those, and Andre Lane with an offensive rebound takes the shot back, goes off the back iron. And Sparks Guest and McGee battle for that rebound. It's going to go to Barkley. Here is Barkley crashing into the defense. He loves to do it. Pankratz gets the offensive board, and we were talking about not enough of those. So a new shot clock here for O'Shea Geary. Here's Barkley, Harper, guard-oriented lineup out here for the Clan. Geary to Barkley. Back up top to Harp for 3, and he's going to get batted away there by Lane. Barkley finds a lane, though, very quickly to Pankratz for the triple, and JJ can't get the roll. It just sticks on the back iron and rolls out for JJ Pankratz. Ty McGee, number 15, out there with Wayne McCullough. You know, McCullough's going to touch the ball on this possession. He's going to post up this time, demands it, doesn't get it. They go up top to Hackenthal instead. And here he is, McCullough. Pankratz gets the tough job guarding him. They go to Lane for 3 off the rim, and Harper ignites the break here. Michael Harper, the skip pass down low to Sparks Guest, and jumping in the way there, number 13, was Jeremiah Hansen. He leads the break all the way down the floor, and that could be a momentum-changing basket right there. Simon Fraser gets called for the foul, and they make a tough basket with Andre Lane. Watch Lane go right to the basket here. Protects from the block and gets it to go, draws the contact. 57-54, a 3-point lead for the Cougars. And Lane at the free throw line now, wanting to make it a 4-point lead. The Lane crashing to the floor, drawing the contact, and completing the N1 effort. 58-54, a 2-possession game here now, and they're clapping their hands. They know that was a big basket, and they want to turn the tide here with the final 9-11 of this basketball game. It's up to the Clan to wrest some of that momentum back. They go to Sparks Guest. Back up top to Harper to Barkley. Clan down to 8 on the shot clock. Double clutch effort there by O'Shea Geary is going to draw the contact. So Lane gets called for the foul there, number 20. Love the savvy of the freshman right there. That kid is a freshman. And he double clutches in the air because he knows he can get his defender to leave his feet and draw the foul. So great move there by O'Shea Geary. And he hits the first one. Certainly a long season ahead, but you see roles start to be defined even this early in the season. And really like the way that Geary and Barkley are playing on the floor together. And you know that Virgil Hill, the new head coach, who wants to see how these guys react in certain situations. Barkley got 2 long stints at point guard. O'Shea Geary got 1, and now they're together here on the floor. Young at certain spots on the floor here as Colorado Christian can't make it happen. Here is Barkley pushing it. Goes to Geary on the baseline, gives up the ball. And I'll tell you, the guys that are playing on the front court have to be ready to squeeze the basketball here. We're talking about guys like Sewanee and Sparks Guest. They have to be able to accept those passes on the baseline and make something happen. And we've seen that happen numerous times tonight. Sewanee and Sparks Guest unable to squeeze balls and be able to get to the basket on the baseline. Three-pointer there is going to drop, and that's what happens. When you're unable to finish a play on one end, the other team inevitably comes back and hits a big shot. 61-56 now the score. We'll see what head coach Virgil Hill has in mind as he brings Hide Voss up to the scorer's table. Here's Pankratz. All the little things that matter in terms of protecting the ball and being tenacious defensively as well. They're all going to come to the fore here down the stretch drive of this game. 7:52 remaining in this contest. And I hope you're enjoying our very first basketball production of the year on Clan TV, and there are a gaggle more to come. But we will let you know what the Clan is doing in terms of their action on the floor. They will play against Colorado Christian here tomorrow, 5 o'clock in the West Gym. No video stream available. So if you want to see this team again, come on down and enjoy the atmosphere here in the West Gym. They will also be on the road November the 29th and the 30th in California. First on the 29th, a 5 o'clock tip at Cal State Monterey Bay. That's in Seaside, California. The very next day, the 30th, 2 o'clock, Sonoma State, the Seawolves, Roanoke Park, California. For returning home on December the 3rd, 5:15 p.m. for their GNAC contest on Clan TV against the Seattle Pacific Falcons, and that will be the start of all Clan home games for men and women's basketball this season. And we hope you will enjoy all of those broadcasts. I'll be there to call as many of those games as I can, but the one guy that's going to be here for them all is our producer, Gabriel Lynn, and hope you've enjoyed the production quality on the broadcast today as we tip off our basketball coverage from the top of Burnaby Mountain. 7:52 remaining, 13 on the shot clock as Harper set to inbounds now for the Clan. O'Shea Geary to Barkley. Clan trailing by 5, unfamiliar territory. Underneath, Lewin can't squeeze the basketball. And this is exactly what we're talking about. Got to convert those opportunities underneath. There's some mustard on those passes. Right now a 5-point deficit, and they don't have the ball with 7:35 remaining. Hansen to the basket, rejected by Pankratz. Great job by Lewin defensively. Love the kid's positional defense. And he uses his assets down low to affect the play. This time demanding the basketball. Great look underneath, but he's going to get rejected as Pankratz. McGee with a great play defensively underneath the basket, and those are the big plays that Simon Fraser needs to be coming up with right now, because they moved the basketball very well. And I love the fact that Lewin had the turnover, went right back down the floor, came right back down, and this time demanded the ball and made something happen. You see the freshman growing in those instances. Great job there by Lewin. It didn't have a net result, but certainly in the evolution of a player, nice to see that happening. On the floor, number 23. So O'Shea Geary getting called for the foul here. I believe they said his third of the game. It's going to send Zach McLemore to the free throw line. He will make the front end and make it a 6-point game. The Clan need a surge here. Front iron miss there. I'll keep it at 6. Keep it at a 2-possession game. Official does a good job to stay out of the way in the backcourt there as pressure comes from McGee. Barkley thought about the 3. Great screen there by Lewin. Freeze. Harper down low for the layup, and some half-court execution nets the Clan a basket here. 62-48, a turnover on the other end. And that is how you build momentum in this game. Let's take a look at what Lewin does here positionally. Just watch him on the floor. Seals well. Up screening to get Harper that look underneath the basket. 62-58 the score here with the Clan in control with the ball in the half-court. Barkley, fading shot, a tough shot by Max Barkley, and he'll knock it down. 2-point game, but they give it up at the other end. Ty McGee so quick to take those 2 points back. Here's Harper sensing the double team, kicking it out to Coach Hill. And Coach Hill did not want the ball in that instance. And that's a turnover. Great job by Geary running in front of that pass. So off the inbounds, was going to look for Lewin with the skip. And he's saying it went off a foot. But O'Shea Geary is getting called for the foul, a one-on-one situation at the other end of the floor for Macklemore. Love the way the young players on this team are playing. And here's Virgil Hill trying to calm his young point guard down. O'Shea Geary is so talented. You can see how good this kid's going to be. Macklemore makes the first. Even in that instance, it was an attempted no-look skip, and I don't know that it had a ton of chance to get through to Lewin, but the intent certainly there, and a great hustle play by O'Shea Geary off the inbounds pass to steal it. But the Clan are right back down to a 2-possession game here, 66-60, 6 minutes remaining. It's all about execution and stops here as they go to Lewin underneath off the window. And the rookie can't get the finish. Tough break for the Clan. Lewin stays with his man. But there is McGee, sophomore, getting to the basket and scoring it. That was a big, big basket. Makes it an 8-point lead here. You can hear those Colorado Christian coaches. They're about 5 feet to my left, and they are pumped. Lewin the entry. Up and down move, gets it to go underneath. Love the post moves and the feel that Lewin has underneath. Everything's not going for him today, but he's battling possession to possession. And that one hurts if you're Simon Fraser. Their transition defense has left something to be desired here tonight. They will work so hard for a basket on one end and just give it up within a couple of seconds on the other end. 3-possession game now is Barkley. Now that is an ill-advised shot unless it falls. And it falls. 71-65, the confidence there from Max Barkley, number 5, to knock down the triple. 71-65, 6-point game. Clan need a stop in a big-time way here. But the spin move there of McGee is tough to defend one-on-one, and Pankratz forced to foul.
This is third personal foul at the line for the Cougars, number 15, Ty McGee.
Third personal there for Pankratz. McGee with the basket there. McGee and Wayne McCullough. Watch these two guys driving the basket, the pivoting, the spin moves. They are tough guys to defend one-on-one. Fun to watch, great talent. I don't care where it's from. If it's from outside the conference or wherever, great to watch these talented players coming into the West Gym. And McCullough and McGee have been so fun to watch here tonight, as well as Macklemore. Number 3, the point guard, who is going to defend Barkley as he brings the ball up the court. Here is Harper. Go to Voss, and this time to Pankratz, driving, finding a lane, pivoting, turnaround, tough shot off the window. Doesn't go. Lewin there to clean up the junk, and he is going to score it. 73-67. Pankratz this time. And he's going to get called again. And that's big because that would be his. Oh, no. Thought they were calling a foul. They are not, in fact. Clean play there by Pankratz, but Colorado Christian 24 on the shot clock. Great head fake there by Macklemore off the window, and he will get it to fall. 75-67 the score. They went to Voss, who was going to take the 3, decided instead to go to Lewin down low, and the play broke down, so keep it at 8 here for Colorado Christian. We said off the top in the pregame, the GNAC coach is picking the Clan to finish last in the conference. I'll tell you, if this youthful core could just skip a couple of beats on that curve of improvement, they could do some nice things. The freshman players look pretty talented in my eye here, Geary being one of them. They do a great job there. Barkley, the benefactor of some solid defense from Pankratz and Geary. The 3-ball hoisted there by Harper from the corner doesn't go though, and McLemore very quickly up the floor now. He's going to find McCullough, kicking it back out top to Lane for the 3-ball, and Lane will knock it through. Andre Lane. It's a bit too much Cougars right now for the Simon Fraser Clan. A timeout on the floor. 78-67 is the score. And they are doing a solid job, are the Colorado Christian Cougars. They have just kept on coming. They've battled back from that halftime deficit. And they are doing a great job here, and they are building momentum as the clock runs down in the absolute stretch drive moments of this basketball game. 3:28 remaining. Nice crowd here on hand at the West Gym to watch their SFU Clan. We'll bring you up to date on some of the stats from this basketball game. First, from a team perspective, Simon Fraser, coming off that red-hot first half in which they shot 55%, are still at 51% from the field, 27 of 53, 7 of 21 from downtown for 33%. Big difference in this basketball game, though, has been free throws in the march to the stripe by Colorado Christian. Colorado Christian is 18 of 23 from the free throw line. The Clan 6 of 10, a difference of 13 trips to the free throw line in a 11-point lead. Both teams have taken about the same amount of shots from the field. But it's been that inability by Simon Fraser to get stops in transition, not necessarily fast break baskets, but just stopping them. Colorado Christian, once Simon Fraser has scored, they are so quick to get down the floor and make things happen. They make you pay. If you don't stop them, they're getting to the free throw line. And so you keep it at 11 points here now as the Clan, with 3:22 left, have the ball. Here's Barkley, swings it to Harper. Harp puts his head down, goes right to the basket off the window, and Michael Harper, 78-69 the score here. What can the Clan do defensively? It's what they talked about in that timeout. They shifted things up and they're playing a bit of a zone. It looks like a 1-3-1. Trying to use their wingspan here to really try and fool Colorado Christian. And Colorado Christian has done a double take here. They're not too sure what to do. They've got to keep the ball moving from their perspective. Can they find a gap? They do. They find a way to get a 3-ball in the corner, and they're going to knock it down against this zone, and that is a deflating moment for the Clan. McCullough knocking down the triple. 81-69 the score. Barkley up top to Harper. O'Shea Geary. Barkley head fake. Trying to create his shot, can't do it. Gets it back up top. 10 on the shot clock for O'Shea Geary. Geary gets to the basket. That ball just stays glued to O'Shea Geary, and if we have a replay, we'll show it. Well, we're showing the very end of the play where he draws the contact, but a couple steps before that, you'll see O'Shea Geary with the ball about a half a foot off the ground, and he still maintains control of that dribble, and that's the kind of player O'Shea Geary is. You can tell how much that kid plays just by the way he commands that dribble in the paint. And a chance to shoot some free throws here now. 81-69 the score for Geary. It's going to go off the back iron. So the Clan having their adventures. Hackathol coming off the floor now for Colorado Christian. Geary's going to make the second. It will make it an 81-70 game. 11 points the deficit. Geary trying to stick with McLemore. Jump stop in the paint, surrenders to Pankratz. Back up the floor comes JJ. He's going to come to a stop as well, and they'll set it up in the half court. Clan needs some production here quickly, though, in these half court sets. Here's Geary to the basket. Ooh, tries to look for Lewin. And McLemore, the shortest guy on the floor at, I believe that was McLemore, jumping in the way. And he's able to, they list McLemore at 6 feet. I don't think he's a 6-footer, to tell you the truth. But anyway, McLemore getting in there. Great play defensively to stop the flow of the ball on the baseline. Here's Harper. He's going to lose his dribble, and McCullough with the steal. McLemore quickly up the floor to McGee for the dunk, and McGee will miss the dunk. Battle for that loose ball. They go to the floor. Pankratz and Lane. And they're going to call a jump ball, alternating possession. It will go to the Clan. Is that the first jump ball situation we've seen in this game? But the ball goes to the Clan. You can't blame McGee. He's wanted to put one down all night. He finally got the chance and wasn't able to finish it. Here's Voss. Hide from NBA range knocks down the triple. 81-73 with 1:20 left. It's an 8-point basketball game. Simon Fraser has done a solid job of not getting down here in the waning minutes of this basketball game. Trying to get a steal as Barkley hounding McLemore out beyond the three-point arc, and finally will get called for the foul. Barkley kind of knew, I think, he was going to get called. He had a bit of a smile on his face there as the whistle blew. Just was not going to give anything easy to McLemore. So Zach McLemore making the first of two. It was a surge early in this second half that really showed Colorado Christian had come to play in the second half. They make them both. And it's a 10-point lead here again for the Cougars. Barkley will pull up for three. Bouncing around, and he gets the shooter's roll. Front rim, back iron, and through for Max Barkley. That'll make it a 7-point game at 83-76, but the clock now the Clan's enemy, 47 seconds left. McLemore driving into the paint through the defense and draws the contact. Here is Barkley. He's going to pull up and get that roll. Decisive move. If you want to take that three, hoist it because the clock is ticking down. And Barkley and Geary have shown a lot tonight. There is McLemore knocking one down. So a timeout now being called by Colorado Christian with 43.6 seconds left. We hope you've enjoyed this production on Clan TV today. It's our first basketball production of the new season, the 2015-2016 season. Of course, looking forward to calling games for both the men's and the women's team. Bruce Langford, the veteran women's coach, will put another entertaining product on the floor as well for Clan fans here in the West Gym. There's so much happening around this Burnaby Mountain campus, and love that new Simon Fraser University website. If you haven't seen it, you got to check it out. But there are so many different things happening in terms of all the latest news, stats, videos, and more. And if you want to see it all, the place to go, athletics.sfu.ca. You can also stay connected with the Clan on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, #GoClan. Simon Fraser University is a vibrant place, obviously, to watch athletics. And if you're watching us from outside of Canada, got to know that these Colorado Christian players all had to have their passports, everything secure and ready as they made the trip north to Canada. Simon Fraser, the only international school in the NCAA. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast with us tonight here on Clan TV as McLemore steps up to the free throw line. Kai Archer is going to fall through. 85-76, down to 43.6 seconds remaining. Barkley to Geary for three. He's not even going to draw iron on that. Chasing it down is Voss. He's going to hoist the triple as well. Hide's going to knock it down. Hide Voss hits the triple. Make it a two-possession game here at 85-79. A clutch shot by Voss. So 32.3 seconds, timeout on the floor. And Simon Fraser, to a certain extent, is not out of games with the way they can shoot the basketball. And when you think about the way they played last year, it's not like that was bad practice for being able to hit clutch threes. They launched so many threes. They were the highest scoring team for much of the season in Division II basketball. Just didn't translate on the other end because defensively they just weren't putting up enough opposition. And as a result, lost a lot of games. This is the Virgil Hill era. We should say as well, though, that James Blake's team did as well as they have done ever in the GNAC, and it's up to the new regime to continue to chase those victories in the GNAC. And anytime there's a coaching change, obviously you bring new philosophies, new styles of play, and your own players into the program. And so I am sure, regardless, the Clan alumni out there who followed this Clan basketball team over the years, what they want to see is some quick chemistry, but they want the thing built the right way. They want to see some consistency in the fact that the Clan can get back to being one of the top teams in the region as they were under Jay Triano, Stan Stewartson, and Scott Clark during their NAIA days. So Barkley getting called for the foul there, and it's going to send Hansen to the free throw line. Isaiah Hansen. Hansen missing the first. We're in the final 30 seconds of play. And as we said, these two teams set for a rematch tomorrow, 5 o'clock here at the West Gym as they make the second. No video stream on that game, so a chance for you to come out and support the Clan and watch as Barkley pulls up and hits a three. Barkley's done that twice now down the stretch drive. So 86-82, it's a 4-point game. Clan want to hit quick threes and foul as quickly as they can and hope for some misses on the other end, but McLemore's done a solid job and he steps up and delivers. Misses the second, so 3 for 1 there as Barkley tries to draw the contact off the back iron. Battles can't get it away from McGee. And Hansen now down the floor. He's going to get fouled very quickly, and Voss will come down and do that. I believe that will be the 5th for Voss. So Hide Voss will foul out of this basketball game. 7.8 seconds left. The Clan want to finish as close as they can. If not, pull off the improbable comeback. I mean, not that it's out of the question, but it's going to be tough here. 87-82, but they are hitting some shots here down the stretch. And they're going to bring Michael Harper, the veteran, in for the final 7.8 seconds. Harper, Barkley, Geary, Lewin, and Pankratz all on the floors. Hansen hits the first free throw. Second one as well. So it makes it a 7-point game. Here's Barkley. I think we know what's on his mind. Geary's going to take the three this time. Off the rim, and that is going to do it here tonight. 89-82 is the score. It's going to be a 7-point win for Colorado Christian over the Simon Fraser University Clan. And I'll tell you very clearly, I'm pretty enthused with a lot of the things I saw today from this Simon Fraser Clan team. They showed some great things, and the one thing you look at, their guard play, and they're really allowing O'Shea Geary and Max Barkley to get heavy minutes with this basketball team and to be the backcourt leaders along with the veteran guys like Harper, Voss, and Pankratz. It's been enlightening to say the least. We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast here on Clan TV. And we will wrap things up, and I guess the next broadcast will be Seattle Pacific and the start of GNAC play. We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast here today, 89-82. I will tell producer Gabriel Lynn if we can just carry on for another 30 seconds. We'll bring you up to date with some final numbers on this basketball game. And for the Simon Fraser University Clan, 6 players in double figures, led by the 17 points of Hide Voss, 13 from Michael Harper, 12 apiece from Gibran Sawani and JJ Pankratz, 11 from Max Barkley, and 10 from Tyrell Lewin. The other side of the ledger, the leading scorer in this game was Isaiah Hansen, 24 points for the winners, 21 for Zach McLemore, the point guard, 16 apiece for Ty McGee and Wayne McCullough. So that'll do it here from the West Gym. The final score, 89 Colorado Christian, 82 Simon Fraser Clan. I'm Howard Simura for producer Gabriel Lynn. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and we will be back with you soon.